This segment is sponsored by Legacy Tax. Do you want to buy or sell your home, but you have an IRS tax lien on your property, preventing you from closing the deal? All right, what do you do in this situation? Here to help us out, we have the team from Legacy Tax. We have Corey Hankerson, Winetta Hankerson, and Kenya Sheard. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
This is a big problem for someone who wants to sell their home. Corey, how often does this happen to people? Are you seeing this? Is this pretty frequent?
It happens more often than you would think. A lot of folks have tax liens and they don't necessarily realize that they have the lien. When you owe back taxes to the IRS and don't pay them on time, the IRS will file a lien down at the courthouse in the county where you live. And oftentimes it sort of rears its ugly head when you're just about to close on that new home purchase and you get a call from the mortgage broker. A lot of times it's the eve of closing, right before you're set to get those new keys. And he's like, wait, there's a problem. You can't close because we have a tax lien. Now, fortunately, our office has gotten pretty good at dealing with these over the years. So because it's Women's History Month, I brought some ladies from the office to help us shed some light on how they resolve these problems. They do it all the time. And so here we are.
Hey, we like that, Corey. Winetta, I know you're a case manager, right, at Legacy Tax.
Yes,
so what is this process like for someone who's in this? I'm sure they're desperate to get this resolved. How do you help them through this process?
Well, learning that you have a tax lien can be very stressful, to say the least. Usually when a client gets to me, they are stressed out and a little scared. So it's my job to calm them down, have them take a deep breath, and let them know that we are going to get them through this entire process. The first step is to assist them with gathering all the documents that I know that the IRS is going to require. And also so that our tax professionals have all the necessary information to complete the process. Once we've done that, we then pass the file on to one of our licensed tax practitioners.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Okay, so that's like the beginning of it, right? So let's get
Mm-hmm.
everything in order. Then Kenya, you have some of those tax lien solutions for people, right? So is that like the second part, they'll be passed on to you?
Yes, that's correct. So there are several options to deal with the federal tax lien, including lien subordination, lien release, and lien withdrawal. A lien subordination is when the IRS allows another creditor, like a mortgage company, to put its lien in priority over the IRS's lien. And we use that a lot in cases where the homeowner has a current mortgage that they want to refinance. A release only happens when the lien is paid in full. So if you're trying to sell your home, we'll work with the IRS and your title company to come to an agreement between the two of them that the lien will either be paid off before or at closing, so that way you can still sell your home. And then there's the lien withdrawal, and that is when the IRS removes the notice of federal tax lien from your name or from the public record. So it's kind of like it never happened. So this is beneficial if you're a buyer during home buying season and you want to get this done before you start applying for a mortgage.
Okay. What happens to the tax debt overall? I mean, does this, like those solutions, does it take it away, or do you still owe the money?
No, the tax debt is still there, and it has to be dealt with sooner than later. And for those that qualify, a great way to deal with tax debt is with an offer in compromise or OIC. The taxpayer can settle their tax debt for less than what they actually owe, essentially giving them a fresh start. Now, the OIC program has been around for quite a few years, but it has been overhauled to make it easier for more people to qualify. But many people try to do it on their own and they end up failing because they don't really know the legal and administrative requirements of the process. And that's why it's highly recommended that you use a tax practitioner that specializes in the Fresh Start program.
Knows what everyone needs. We've talked about the Fresh Start program before, Corey. How does someone know if they actually qualify to come to you all and say, we need some help?
Awesome. It can be a lot of hurdles to overcome in order to get yourself from start to finish in terms of the Fresh Start program. But fortunately, my team and I have a lot of success in getting folks in the DMV qualified. We've helped literally hundreds of people with the Fresh Start program right here in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. And so, you know, we'd love to help the viewers here watching us today.
Okay, great. We have a way that everyone can do that as well. I know if you have questions or maybe you do owe the IRS and you would like to see if you qualify For a fresh start, Legacy Tax has an online qualification tool at levyking.com. You just have to answer a few simple questions and you're going to be on your way. You can also reach out to Legacy Tax by dialing 1-877-538-9546. Again, the number is 1-877-538-9546.